Yo, we back. Just finished watching Game 7. Spurs took down the OKC Thunder. Hey, Wemby, get to the finals, get that conference finals MVP. Chance to get that first ring in the first playoff run, man.
Here we go already.
I mean, let's get to it, man. Nice.
Hey, man, I want to. This is probably gonna be like 10 minutes, like from me alone. So I just want to say, Shai, you did everything you could. I wish you played better than the first 6 games, but Game 7, that's the most important game, and you went out swinging. 35 points, 9 assists, 3 steals, shooting
Hey, I ain't gonna
12
lie.
for
Hold
21.
on. I ain't gonna lie. We not gonna turn into a Shea Glaze party, bro.
I said, let me.
I don't care, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew
I'm trying to call his stats. Even in Game 7, I mean,
the most important
he
game.
came out
Shai,
soft. I ain't gonna lie. He came out soft. He came out slow. He came out soft. He wouldn't come out. He come out hooping right away. It took him a little while to get going. We not just finna like he just had the greatest game ever and they lost.
Shai,
yesterday.
you played great tonight. Case and Wallace, you played good tonight. Caruso, you tried, even though you had some bonehead plays, you tried. Chet, hey man, Chet, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you might be one of the worst basketball players in the league. There's no way you do something like that, bro. 4 points and you only take 2 shots and you missing free throws too. Like, Chet, I'm genuinely coming to you as like a man, bro. What Stephen A. Smith said, I'm coming to you as a father. Bro, what are you doing? Like, me personally, I know K got more stuff to get off his chest. I will wait for K to get his stuff off before I go in my tangent about Chet. K, how you feel about this game, man?
I'm just thinking, how much does this really matter? Like Jaden Ivey said, will this matter on Judgment Day? But on a serious note, I mean, shout out to the Spurs, man. They went down 3-2 and they didn't fold. Shout out to Mitch Johnson. I really like Mitch Johnson. I like his coaching style. I like his fire. I like his aggression. I feel like he's a damn good young coach. I was trying to pull up because I know Game 6 was a blowout, and Game 7 they won by what? They was up by like 10.
They won by 8.
So I mean, that margin of victory, that's pretty impressive. I gotta give them their credit, even though I was rooting for the Oklahoma City. I was rooting hard for them, and now I'm rooting for the Knicks twice as hard.
That's
I'm rooting
crazy.
for the Knicks twice as hard.
That's crazy, bro.
Man, it's just, but I gotta give him credit. I mean, Mitch Johnson, he's a really good coach. I guess he was handpicked by Popovich. And I mean, De'Aaron Fox, I feel like he played a great game. He hit some big shots. I remember 1-3 hit before halftime. It was a big shot. It's just every time OKC got close, the Spurs made a couple big plays to extend the lead back out. And it's just, I gotta give them their credit, much as I hate to say it. I mean, it was a great game, so that's all I can ask for, a great game. But now, unfortunately, we have to, hear how Victor Wembanyama is the greatest thing since sliced bread. We have to hear all this stuff about him. I mean, he didn't really do anything tonight, but, camp in the lane, he hit a few shots. But
come on, bro.
I feel like De'Aaron Fox was probably the MVP of that Game 7. I mean, he hit some big shots. He did his thing. So, yeah, I mean,
You can't even say that with a straight face, bro.
Getting to OKC. I mean, OKC, the thing about OKC is they have a lot of players who could play on any given night. So what that means is it's hard to, find 5 you want to stick with. I feel like Jalen Williams should have played much more in the third and fourth quarter, but he didn't. I remember one big shot he hit on the left wing, and you know him, he'll talk his trash, he'll scream to the crowd. And man, I'll let Mark cover the Chet Holmgren part, but he didn't show up tonight. He looked scared the whole series. I mean, the only guy in the league, similar height to Chet, he made him fold. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I mean, I will be rooting for the Knicks in the finals for obvious reasons, but I don't think Adam Silver, brought the Spurs this far to have them lose. So, man, it'll be a good final series, but it was a great Game 7, so I guess that's all I could ask for. I mean,
yeah, it was definitely a great Game 7. This was a great series in general. And before we get negative, I really want to get negative with Carlos, with Chet. Before we get negative, I think we can definitely say like this is one of the best series we've done seen in a while. Like this was genuinely like must see TV. Like this was like an amazing series. Yes, bro. Can we stop?
What
I mean, besides game 1 and
This is the
game
best series
7,
we've seen since maybe like
I said in a while. Give me another series.
I can't think of none off top because I wasn't prepared to answer that, question, but I don't feel like this series is all
Nuggets
that
Lakers
great.
in the bubble.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, this was a great series. Some some of the games were blowouts, which that's why I wouldn't give it like a 10 out of 10 grade. But this was like a 9 out of 10 series. Like I genuinely can't remember the last time like I was this hyped to just continue watching like two teams play against each other. So Carlos, Chet, you've been adamant about how these tall, lanky players, they're just not good at basketball. How do you feel about Chet Holmgren, man?
Well, like I ain't gonna lie, I'll just go through like the whole OKC starting five because it's like, boom. Like Shai, we know like dog, he did his shit finally.
Yeah,
Jason
finally.
Wallace, he's been that. Lou Dort, dog shit. I was gambling this game. Dog
He was
shit.
He was scared. He was scared. He was scared.
Chet.
It's just sad, bro.
I think Chet thought his jersey was black this game. Chet is the worst basketball player I've ever seen in my fucking life. The thing is, bro, we seen Chet run in the paint, fall down to the ground, run around in a circle. Like, bro, this is an all NBA center right here. And like this nigga shot 2 shots in the win or go home game. Like you win this game, you go to the finals.
He was terrified.
You lose this game, you go home, and you shot 2 shots.
Carlos. And the thing is, I would even understand, even though I don't agree with it, I would understand if he was getting locked down, doubled like Shai, and he just literally can't get a shot off. He passed up an open 3 ball to a J. Will corner shot, even though I'm pretty sure they still got a 3 off that possession. It's like, dog, you're not even aggressive. It's like, what are you out here on the floor? And the crazy thing is, this is when I knew the game was over and I started crying laughing. Chet did some crazy, like I think he tried to save the ball and it hit like the top of the bottom of the backboard.
Yeah.
And it went out of bounds. And you can see OKC coach say, no, let's get Jared McCain up here. Like, when he got subbed out for Jared McCain, I was like, this is over with, bro. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's actually just like a skill issue. But Chet, you can't get by anybody. You move in slow motion. You are getting guarded by guys that are 6'7", 6'7" inches shorter than you. And you're still not able to like create any space or anything. And it's like once you see Wemby, it's like, I gotta find somebody else to pass the ball to. It's genuinely ridiculous.
The thing is, like, Chet scored the first OKC bucket of the game and didn't score again for the rest of the game. That nigga didn't score again for the rest of the game, by the way.
So and I'm pretty sure then he missed 2 free throws early. Once he missed those 2 free, I think he missed 2 free throws early. And then they showed his face. I'm like, this man, like he just seen a ghost. I mean,
I don't know. Vegas made the call.
Man, bro.
Well, look, you say Vegas made the call. Vegas, like that Vegas call, bro, he's about to get a serious amount of death threats and all that in his DM. Like, that is not worth no call from Vegas.
Nah, he been getting something from me from the last 6 games.
So he's about to get eviscerated from a lot of OKC fans, and rightfully so. I mean, this is a guy who they gave a max contract to. I mean, now everybody looking at it like they gave him that prematurely. I mean, next year he'll be making $40 million a year. $40 million. 40 million American dollars. And that's just not enough for a guy. He can't rebound, he can't score off the dribble, and he's scared of Wemby. And we know, Wemby, he'll probably be there for the foreseeable future. And Chet just terrified of this guy for some reason. Maybe he's scared of he'll get an elbow or something like that. But man, it's just, I don't know what to say about Chet, honestly. Maybe they'll look to trade him, but bro. I don't think they should look to trade him. I think it's probably too early. I mean, he's had a bad series, man. J. Will, he was much better than him in this game 7. And you can see J. Will's trajectory. He's still going up. And Chet is, he's going down. I mean,
Chet's kind of been the same player since his rookie year, man.
Same player since bro.
Can we hate on Lou Dort a little?
Well, this is his final season in the league. Let him rest, bro.
I think Lou Dort is a defensive end, just shot chucking in the NBA, by the way.
Man, he airballed a 3
I think he did hit one 3, bro. I think he did hit one big 3, bro. I mean,
he's a starting player on OKC.
Yeah, he's not consistent enough on offense.
He hit 5 threes in this series, dog. 5.
Luka,
Yes, in this
Luka or
entire
Dean Wade.
series. Bro, I think I might go Dean.
Wait, whoa. Wait, hold on. Before you go, he went 3 of 15 in the past 2 games, 2 of 12 from 3. That's 17%, bro. 17.
It's utterly nasty. I think a conversation we should have is what does OKC do next? Me personally, I don't think OKC should make a drastic move. I think you running back probably get like probably trade Lou Dort, honestly. Running back with Chet. The thing is that
They'll probably
iHeart
just
team,
decline Luke Dort. I think he got like a team line. They'll probably just
yeah,
decline it.
they'll probably decline that, but also iHeart has a $30 million like team option as well. So it's like, yeah, you probably either gonna have to decline that. But the thing is, teams gonna want iHeart. He's a good center.
Yeah.
So it's like you either gonna have to pick that up or you gonna have to see what his market is like. But I think you just run it back. I don't think you try to rush and try to trade Chet or J-Dub and picks for Giannis. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah, please no. Yeah,
But
Giannis.
yeah, and I don't know if Giannis would be healthy.
Screaming Giannis this, Giannis that. What is Giannis? I mean, I don't want to get into it, but Giannis is not like a guy who's gonna take you to a championship. I mean, the championship Giannis won. I mean, it was one of the flukest I ever seen.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That was low-key disgusting.
That's crazy, bro. Giannis definitely did it, bro.
We can talk about Giannis later, but come on, look. Giannis is the same guy who was running from the ball against the Miami Heat. I know everybody pretend he only played 1 year in 2021. I know everybody pretend he only played that 1 year, that 1 season. But since then, what has Giannis done? I mean, you're not gonna get to play the Hawks in the conference finals again, buddy, or DeAndre Ayton in the finals, bro. That's not happening. That's Giannis' legacy. DeAndre Ayton in the finals. But I don't want to make this about Giannis. I mean, I think the Spurs, they're a really impressive young team. I mean, they were very, I guess you can say fortunate in the draft. They moved up a bit. Shout out to Adam Silver. They got Wemby, and then they got Castle, and then they got Dylan Harper. I mean, 3 straight top 5 picks, which now, you can't even do that anymore. They just changed the rule. You're not allowed to get 3 top 5 picks anymore because, I guess, I don't know, they'll make you too good too quickly, but.
Oh, you're not gonna mention the guy they drafted last year, bro?
Man, I want to talk about, huh?
You're not gonna mention the guy they drafted last year? The running back? Carter Bryant?
His man said running back.
I'm talking about Carter Bryant.
Yeah, he's not ready yet, but he's a solid, little energy.
He's definitely not ready yet, but he's definitely he can definitely be a piece in the future.
Carter Bryant, joke, by the way.
Why you call him a running back, bro?
It's just the things he did at Game 6 was low key nasty.
Which
that was nasty. But the Spurs definitely have a bright future. Your best player being 22 years old and you making the finals, this is gonna be a great team for a long time. I don't know what they do with Fox, even though Fox was great for him this game, and Fox also helps Castle not turn the ball over as much. So I don't know, like, if y'all actually trade him, keep him. I don't know what you personally do, but they gonna be a great team for a long time. But to K's point, I think we can get into the finals matchup now. Knicks versus Spurs, that's gonna be a movie. That's definitely gonna be a movie. I don't personally know who I have right now. I think I might go Spurs in 6, just because I feel as if Karl-Anthony Towns may put on a Chet impersonation and not show up, and I just don't believe in the Knicks role players personally. But I think I got Spurs in 6.
In 6, wow! So you give the Knicks 2 games?
Yeah, because the thing is, I think sometimes the Spurs, like, genuinely their inexperience can mess them up sometimes. Like, all the turnovers they be having is kind of inexcusable. But a Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns as some of your best, not some of your best defenders, but defenders on the floor that's going to play like supreme minutes, I don't think that's going to be food for Wemby. I'm not going to lie, that's going to be food.
I would personally say Spurs in 5.
That's not crazy either. I just want to give them 2.
I don't think the Knicks can, like, actually match up with the Spurs. Like, I think Stephon Castle against Jalen Brunson, that's low-key insane. But Wemby and Cat, they're going to do that little bullshit when they sit at the 3-point line and try to outshoot each other. So that's not going to be real basketball. So I think we're going to have to depend on the people, like, see what Mikal Bridges do, Josh Hart, who's like De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Hart. We're going to have to See with the depth, it's like depth versus depth instead of like superstar versus superstar. Because Wemby and Cat. That's not gonna be like that's not proud.
But the thing is, who other than Cat, because Mitchell Robinson is out. When Cat comes out the game, who is guard who would potentially guard Wemby in those minutes?
That's what I'm
But they still
saying.
got Jericho Sims.
No, they put
No,
OG
Jericho
on him.
Sims.
I'm pretty sure they put
Jericho
OG
Sims
on him.
play for the Bucks, by the way. Yeah, nah, they don't have anybody.
No, they
Who
put
did you
OG
say?
on him. I'm pretty sure in the NBA Cup they put
Yeah,
OG on him because
you could
OG
potentially put OG,
Scotty.
but
I mean, man, I'm gonna go Spurs in 5, even though I really want the Knicks to win. Clearly, I mean, but it's just I don't see how the Knicks will win. Like
I don't see how either.
they're gonna attack Brunson. Like the Spurs have those 3 guards, and they're gonna just attack Brunson and attack him and attack him. And behind Brunson, you have Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, it's a mismatch, which is part of the reason why I was rooting for OKC because, I don't think they had the personnel to stop the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs had those guard, man. They will attack you. Dylan Harper, he did, we didn't mention him earlier, but he did hit a couple big shots. I remember
Big
one shot he
shots,
hit.
bro.
I had already left, but I was walking by. And I seen him hit a big shot, just felt like a shot in the heart. It's just, man, the Spurs, that's a team, man. I gotta be honest. That's probably a team that this probably a team we'll be talking about for a long time. And, like the Blazers back in the day, everybody young. But I feel like this would be a cakewalk for the Spurs. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but
Dude, come on. That's crazy, bro.
this is gonna be
That's
a
crazy.
cakewalk. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, stop it, bro. It's just.
Would you be surprised if the Knicks won?
Absolutely.
Hold on, pause.
Us as a collective, when we hit the
Why
pothole,
Peacock just do me like
be
that?
stranded for hours.
You paused me for a commercial, bro?
Huh?
You paused me for a commercial, bro?
Bro, he tried to. Bro, you're.
Nah, I shared the screen and then Chet.
Like, Justin is terrible.
Bro, Justin is terrible.
He said a
Listen to how
lot.
shaky his voice is, bro. The game is over.
He done already seen some of them death threats. So
He still looks scared, bro.
That nigga might get assassinated outside the stadium.
What is he talking about, bro?
He doesn't know, bro. He's so shook, bro. He probably dreams about Wemby, bro.
Bro.
all right.
My
So
God.
we have a visibly upset Chet Holmgren.
I'd be upset too, bro.
I don't know why
I ain't
he's
gonna lie,
upset.
because you know what I'm
Now we
saying.
know his character.
Somebody
How you upset that
somebody
you
told
scared?
me. I got a question, bro. We talking about the finals and all. I think I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I got some shit to say, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think we need to calm it down as a basketball community because I think we were writing in some stats, some accolades that obviously didn't come to fruition. A certain somebody was getting put into crazy conversations to not even have a second ring. As much as I love Shai, I'm a big fan. I just don't really. I think he's gonna get off a little easier than a lot of other people would in this scenario. I think there are a lot of players in the past who, obviously Jalen Williams is hurt or whatever, but he's played games and won games without Jalen Williams in this series. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
I get, it happens, but I think we've been talking about Wemby. What was it, game 6? He had the pregame speech or whatever. They were talking about it, or no, after game 5, he had the post game, and then they said it ran to game 6 and then it carried over game 7. I mean, it seems like Wemby has that team in his hands, and they follow his lead. They go where he goes. They do what he does, right?
Yeah.
I think on the other side for OKC, I think, honestly, watching this year, I think it got a little too much of a superstar show for Shai as far as, like, the team atmosphere. And what I mean by that, like, I don't know if y'all saw. Y'all know they do group interviews, all that, right? This year, he was a little more, like, big bro-y to them. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little less playful, a little more like, hey, chill, bro. Like, I think it's just kind of like a come back to earth moment for everybody over there in OKC. It's basketball. I think people, like I said, writing things in that didn't happen. And I mean, honestly, when I don't know the last time I've seen somebody put into top 5 anything conversation after 2 MVPs and a championship. I could be wrong.
Just like Jokic.
Okay, Jokic averaged a triple-double, though.
You
Giannis
basically
was
saying,
top 5
so you
what?
basically saying like Shai got the big head and ruined the team chemistry. So like now they just like
I'm not gonna say he did it himself individually, but I think as a whole, like they thought they were hotter than they were really. Like I just
Well, I
don't.
mean, their second best player. I mean, their second and third best player. Maybe. I mean, they're hurt. So I mean,
I get that. I 100% get that, but I just
that's
don't
what I'm saying.
really.
We just never. I
Like I
mean, we
said,
just
we had a
never
lot of
got to see.
conversations. I get that, but we had a lot of conversations that should have happened after the season, before the
No,
season.
but the thing is, just those were what ifs, and I think a lot of people have just like what if conversations.
No, those were not what ifs. They
Where-
start off as what ifs. They became certain after he won that MVP. After he won MVP, you specifically
Yeah, like
was putting him
you,
in those
Marcus.
conversations.
Marcus, you was
Hold
talking.
on,
specifically.
okay, what did I specifically say?
You
That I
called him
still
top
But I
five.
that I
mean,
still top
Mark
five what?
wasn't proven
Point
wrong.
guard of all
It was
time?
Mark proven wrong.
Top 5 point guard of all time? Yeah, like what?
So
He's
are we?
not.
So we said like
How
we
is he
still
top five
going
point
on with
guard?
that. Like
If his
it
career
took Shai
ended
7
today,
games.
he's not top 5.
It took
I
Shai
personally
7
think he
games to
is.
get right.
I think he is, but that's cool.
If he ended his career right now, he's not top 5 point guard.
I
That's
definitely think it.
absurd. He's top
Yeah,
five.
I definitely think he is. Like I
Listen,
don't even.
you looking at it through the prism of he lost. I mean, the dude's
No, I'm not.
second.
I'm just saying,
This
bro.
dude best players got hurt. I mean, what is he supposed to do?
I get that. But Jalen Williams was hurt earlier in the series, and they won games.
He played
And I
game
mean,
one.
They
played game one. He had a good game.
Did he miss every game? Did he miss every game they lost?
Yes,
he
he
missed
did.
every game they won. I mean, I'm saying, what games
No,
did he play?
He played game 1, game 2, and game 6. In game 2, he got hurt.
He got hurt
crazy
halfway
early.
through. Yeah.
So that are we gonna count that? And then game 6, he played 5 minutes and was like, we already seen he wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't himself. So that's
Like,
why I'm like, I mean, it's like,
and
But I get what
wrong.
we're saying. I understand what we're saying, but I'm just gonna say, like, Mark was, bro. We're not gonna sit here and act like Mark wouldn't call this nigga like the next coming to Jesus, damn near.
Okay,
but go ahead, Mark.
I specifically said that if he wins,
there wasn't no
championship. Okay, did I not say if he wins a championship? I didn't just I guaranteed him an MVP. I didn't guarantee him a championship. That's crazy. I'm not about to guarantee him a championship. That's crazy. But I said if he,
what you said, but I know I was on the same type of timing. Like I'm ready to put him in the same room with Curry. Like I desperately wanted to do that, but the way he played,
that's what I'm talking about.
The way he
and that's
played,
what I'm saying. If his career ended right now, he's not. I mean, he'd be similar to, not obviously exactly, but
okay, we
similar
gotta
to
give
Derrick
you
Rose.
a top 5, bro.
Similar to who?
Derrick Rose.
Are we serious?
Good career.
Hey, nah, we not doing that.
No, whoa. I said if his career ended today, like right now, today,
even
if he just died tomorrow, he was not a top 5 point guard.
If he did that, he would be like a top 5 point guard of all time. He's already a top 5 point guard of all time,
Justin. You gotta tell me
that's
about
what I'm
saying. You just
I could throw various of them in there.
Huh?
We know the top 2. I could throw Chris Paul, Isaiah Thomas in there. I could throw dang whoever, Jason Kidd, Oscar Robinson, the PG. I damn near would put Russ over him, bro. Like, I mean, I think longevity. If we're talking about like one season, yeah, he's up there. But if we're talking about like
Russ
longevity of a career, he's not.
He's 4-time first team on NBA.
He's had 4 seasons averaging 30 plus, 2-time MVP and a championship. Like what?
Hold on. What'd you just say?
Time out. Did you say
Mark,
West? I dropped it after he said Chris Paul. What were the other names that he said?
He said
Jason
Kidd.
Jason Kidd. The guy who couldn't shoot.
Bro,
but I'm saying like there's a longevity part of it. Like he's only played what 8-9 years.
None of those guys have ever ever been close to like consideration of the best player in the league, bro. Like what?
I understand what you're saying, but like okay, maybe we just have a difference in how we view things. I feel like if we're talking about all time, I don't think you can really have an all time great not playing over 10 years. Like this is kind of like if we're talking about all time careers and longevity, I think all of that goes into it. And to say, I don't know, I feel like he has a lot that he can do potentially in the rest of his career. I think he has a trajectory to be very great. I think he could be top 5. I mean, before this, I mean, obviously he could win the next 4 straight, I guess, technically. But I think he had projections, a trajectory that could have been going towards a top 5 career in the NBA. But especially with like the team and like how they're set up and, all that. But I think with them dropping this year, and of course there were injuries and all that, but I don't, one for one, it seems like this is going to be the Spurs NBA for the foreseeable future as long as they don't get hurt.
Say it again.
it seems like it's gonna be the Spurs NBA if they stay healthy because of their contract situations and all that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not ready to go there yet because I mean, OKC was without their second and fourth best player. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
get
just
that.
it's hard for me to
Okay,
say
but
that.
how much?
They're
Okay, so how
great.
much better do we think the young guys get in San Antonio? And what do they do with De'Aaron Fox? Do they trade De'Aaron Fox? I mean, 'cause I don't think
Well,
nobody want
the
that
thing
De'Aaron
is,
contract,
Fox is
bro.
gonna.
well, yeah, nobody
Nobody will
wants
take it.
nobody wants that contract first off, and then second off, OKC is already going like through this problem where you have to like constantly start like paying players. They're gonna have to pay Case and Wallace this year too. Once Wemby, Castle, and Harper get their contracts, those role players that they have aren't going to be as good as Champagny, Vassell, Keldon Johnson. Those you're not going to have that availability. So it's like I think they're going to be good for a long time, but I'm not about to say they're about to rattle off 4 or 5 straight.
No, I ain't
I
say
just
that. I mean, when I say it's gonna be their NBA, I mean like that's gonna be the team to beat.
Yeah, well, to me, I think it's like it's hard to really say this, but I think it's the Spurs and OKC personally for like the foreseeable future. Like they went to Game 7 without their second best player and you could argue their third best player at this point because of how Chet was playing. But it, I don't see how you can come to that conclusion when like their best players were hurt and they still went Game 7. Um, to your
By
point.
watching the games, just by
That's not even,
watching
bro.
what
That's
I
not even a
saw.
fair fight. I mean, how can you judge anything off that series, bro? We just seen them playing without their second best player. I mean, that doesn't really
CK,
prove
I'm
much.
not.
You didn't even
I
beat
think
me at
I'm in the
full
middle.
strength. So how are you so great? You didn't beat me at full strength. That
But
doesn't move me.
that's a part of the game though,
Yeah,
bro. Like
but yeah, that's
I'm not
I'm
denying
talking
that,
about
but
it's the
I'm
eye
not
test. It's
moving.
the eye test what I'm talking about. It's the big moments that they came together and they got stops, they got buckets, they made plays. They corrected stuff they were messing up early in the series. It's stuff like that that I'm saying is gonna make them better. It's not necessarily the fact that they're gonna keep the same team for the next 5 years. They're gonna keep the same core, I guess, obviously, but I think you can throw people in there because, like I said earlier, Wemby, I think he's just gonna he's gonna get better as a player and a leader. I think they're just gonna have a good team and he's gonna be easy to play with. As long as he don't get hurt, he's gonna probably win defensive player of the year every single year. So it's
no,
just like
which Justin,
I'm just saying
I agree with.
I'm saying I think it's gonna be theirs to lose because also on the same wave, I don't see OKC coming back the same strength, the same like I think well, yeah, I could be completely wrong, but I think they're like that little juice, their team bond, that chemistry, I think that's gonna shake up a little bit
So
because
you
Why?
think that was a one time thing? Like you think that
no,
2025 championship was like a one time thing?
not like that.
Huh?
I think they still gonna be championship contenders. They can still win the championship. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it'll be as favored as it was this year.
Like you're saying how people had OKC just like rolling through
Yeah,
and getting
like
the
they're gonna
chip.
be like a. I think it wouldn't surprise me if they were like anywhere 1 through 4 next year. And I'm not in the
One
four.
through
The gap
four?
won't be big in the West, and it won't be a big gap. It'll be like 5, 6 games. You know how the West can get sometimes. There's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good teams. Like the Spurs are gonna be up there. They'll be
They
up
won the
there.
West basically without J Dub, bro. J Dub played like what 30 games, bro, and they won the
Yeah,
West.
that's what.
Like you not factoring
I
in
get
J
that,
Dub.
bro.
Like
I
that
hear all
matters. I
of it.
mean, you take away J
I
Dub. I mean, the Spurs supposed to win.
I hear all of it, bro. I'm just
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm
you
just
talk
giving you
about Mark has went
my
too far with
breakdown.
SGA, and Mark was never proven wrong. The Spurs beat an injured team. I mean, I'm not moved by that. You beat an injured
Well,
team.
no, okay,
But you didn't
hold
hear what I
on.
just said. You didn't respond to nothing I
I hear
just
what you
said.
said. Because your first
You
point was
just
Mark
repeated
was
what
getting
you said
ahead of himself with
after I
SGA.
responded. You just repeated what you said before I started talking.
No, I'm still on your same point about you saying Mark was getting too ahead of himself with SGA and all that. That's what I'm still
Yeah,
on.
You
like
all over the
You never
place,
I'm
bro.
proven that.
I'm
I don't
saying, and
think you can really,
I just
huh?
said that I don't think that this team is going to like I think the chemistry. I don't think it's the ball players. I think it's going to become a lot more selfish because you got to think if let me think, random player, even Case and Wallace, right? I'm sure Case and Wallace had to give something up, right? Just to play, like as a player, he had to give something up to fit in this team, to play his role, whatever. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be as I don't think it's gonna be done as willingly over there anymore
Why
because
not?
it's gonna be some tough conversations. It's gonna be a lot of murmurs. Chet gonna have some. They gonna that's gonna be something. I think they gonna have to do something about. Well, they gonna have to replace Hardenstein with something. I'm sure he's gonna get paid, so he's probably not coming back, right?
Yeah, Hartstein definitely
You
probably gone.
But
you can
the thing,
draft another iHeart though.
Yeah, they need to
exactly.
start the center.
You got picks
Yeah,
for days
Schwarber.
like.
But he like 6'9"
But my point is,
off an ACL injury.
I'm still trying to see how this correlates to Shai's legacy, because your point was like we were boosting like Shai up too much, and I'm like,
Too
what?
early, yeah.
Shai
I think that-
hasn't
I mean,
moved to me.
I think y'all
Like, he
are
hasn't
walking
moved.
back some of the stuff that y'all said about how
No,
he
I'm not
was.
walking back nothing.
Okay,
He
okay.
he lost with
Then
an
we just want to
injured
disagree
team.
then.
Buddy was out there
I
with
get that.
Jared McCain, who was in the G League a couple months ago.
And Kay, throughout this entire series, we noted that Shai has been playing bad. Like we noted like he hasn't been playing good this series. But it's like I'm just trying to see like what does Justin like want from us. Like I still have the same opinions that I have
Nothing.
about
I
Shai
just said
like before.
what I thought. I ain't want nothing from y'all.
I'm just okay. So what I'm trying to see like what is like the conclusion to like what you were trying to say. That's what I'm trying to understand.
I think
like what
Shai, that we was getting overly boosted too early. I think that they're not going to come back as good next year. I think the Spurs are going to be the team to beat in the West. What is confusing about what
The Spurs, the team to beat. I can't even go that far.
I think it's OKC, and I think those two teams are just gonna be dominant for a while. But I don't particularly get your Shai point, but I understand if you think that Shai isn't a quote unquote all time great yet because of longevity, which I don't. I'm not personally a fan of longevity. If I see somebody clearly better than somebody, like I'm not about to. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait and
over
see.
longevity.
Yeah, I don't have to wait and see that Luka is better than majority of the point guards that have ever played. I don't have to wait and see Wemby is probably going to be a top 10 center
skill
ever.
set. Yeah, I get that, but we talking
No,
about
I'm not talking about skill set. I'm just talking about like
You talk about peak.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have to. I don't have to
But
see
so
you
when-
win
since when
multiple
did Peak-
championships. Like I don't care about that.
But I'm
I
saying,
care about
since
how
when
good
does
you
Peak
play.
override a body of work for an NBA career? We talking about careers.
Say it again.
How does a peak overrule a body of work?
If I play,
Because you judge a player when they at their best, bro. What do you mean? Nobody. I mean, that's just
so
how it works.
We
that's
talking-
like
I'm
that's
talking
not
about
that fair
careers,
because
though.
in that case, like Russell Westbrook is like a top 3-point guard all time.
Yeah,
We're going
like
off just
what we
based off
doing?
peak. That's
Yeah,
not
like, we
really
can't.
that fair.
That's a yeah.
No,
See,
I'm not. I didn't agree with. I
Peak
didn't
wasn't
agree
as
with
good as
what Kay
SGA
said.
Peak, bro.
But I'm just saying. I'm talking about how long the actual peak is. Shai has been averaging 30 since 2023, 2022. Like I don't, and he's going to continue. Like, hey, not trying to wish anything on him, but he's going to continue to do this. So it's like to
All
me,
right.
I don't have to.
So, question: if he were to score 30 for, I don't know, another year or two and never win a ring again, he's just gonna be what?
He's gonna be third for me.
Yeah, I'm finna say
He
I
gonna
still
be-
have him at
he
top
gonna be
5,
third.
but he won't be into the upper echelon because still to this point, I haven't seen him beat like a great team. I mean, the Spurs probably the best team he's ever faced, and his best players were hurt. So I mean, I don't, I mean, he played bad.
Hey, didn't you think Denver was a great team last year?
Stop it, Denver. Stop.
No, I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you.
Nah,
I just don't see.
You
I'm
said
talking
that,
like
by
a
the
great
way.
team.
that's
I
like
think that their
both teams.
chemistry
yeah.
is thrown off. I
Huh?
just don't think that they're gonna come back the same team. I just don't think they're gonna be the same team next year.
I mean, yeah, they probably won't like roster wise, but they'll still have a defensive identity. They'll get J-Dub back. Like J-Dub is really valuable too because he could switch on to Wemby. He like that first game. I mean, of course he can't stop Wemby, but he can switch on to Wemby and he allows them to play bigger.
And then he just
Let's just
alleviates
get like that,
pressure. Like they just alleviate pressure off of Shai. Shai doesn't have to
Yeah.
continue to be the
Yes,
sole
bro.
offensive option. Like not even just J-Dub, AJ Mitchell as well. They would have took pressure off of Shai, and it would have made Shai's life completely more easier. So me personally, I don't. Hey, Wemby, Spurs, y'all did y'all thing, and I can't say anything about it. But like the point still is like to me, nothing like this series hasn't changed anything that I thought about Shai. Now, if Shai went out here in Game 7 and did the same thing he was doing throughout this entire series, then I'd be like, we might have to have some conversations. But I'm not about to.
So
get off my heel.
All
Like,
he needs is one good game out of a 7-game series.
Well,
I was just about to say that. I think.
well, the thing is, I
Yeah,
think he's been playing. He played like 3 or 4 good games though. Like the game he had like 24
if he played,
and like
I'm not
12.
gonna lie. If he played a good game, we probably not even having this episode right now. They probably already in the final.
What,
If he played better earlier.
Oh, you talking about like I'm assuming like
Just
game 6 or game 4 or something?
in general, just over
Yeah,
course of the
I
series.
definitely
He
think
wasn't great. He wasn't.
I definitely think he could have played better, but I'm still not like I'm
I mean,
not
it's not his
ignoring the
fault.
fact that
I'm not a guy to try to say they lost because of him. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like I think I'll just say this: given certain past scenarios and players, I think that the J Dub injury is going to be looked at a lot. I think players in the past have had similar things happen and it hasn't been as well accepted. I guess you could say.
have you not seen what has been going on like with Shai
Bro,
all
I
across
get
like
it,
social media?
bro.
Like
I
I
get
don't
it. Bro, I don't. We talking about basketball or social media, Mark?
I
No,
mean,
but you just talked about
Giannis got a pass.
Huh?
Giannis got a pass.
you
When Middleton got hurt against the Celtics, Giannis got a pass. They were
I
going for the
must be
repeat as
missing stuff,
well.
dog. I must be slow as shit.
Yeah.
He got a
I'm just
pass.
saying, like,
That's why I'm like, the Spurs ain't really, I mean, they beat an injured team. I mean, congrats.
Yeah, I'm not going as far as K. Like
They did.
they won, my
You
nigga.
beat a team
Like
out that second and third best ball handler. I mean, I'm not impressed. I'm sorry, bro. And it
yeah,
still took you 7 games. So it's not how is that
me
impressive.
personally,
You beat
I'm
me with
impressed.
one
You
hand
beat the
behind my back.
two-time
How is
MVP.
that impressive?
I
You
mean, I don't know. I feel like you're a little biased though, because we know how you
They're
feel about
missing
the
a
Spurs
max
in general.
player. What you mean? They have a max player sitting on the sideline.
Okay,
They do.
so Justin, let me make sure I'm understanding. Do you think Shai deserves a little bit more criticism for this series? Is what you're saying?
No,
Okay, so what are you saying?
he should just be. He's people have him here, and I'm sure people are gonna be here. He should be somewhere right here, just chilling.
But
Like
like, I ain't gonna lie to him. I personally think it's kind of unfair to say like the Spurs beat an injured OKC team and all that. But then like it was basically the same team throughout the whole year that won the West. And it's kind of just like they
Yeah,
played 30 games with J Dub. It's 82 games in the season.
They had AJ Mitchell in the season.
But hey, come on.
nah, I think AJ Mitchell definitely would have helped, but
Yeah.
I'm not with K. I'm not with K like saying like the shit just don't matter. Like I definitely think the Spurs. Yeah, I definitely think the Spurs like
Nah,
just
that's too much
outplay.
Spurs slander.
Yeah, the Spurs outplayed them. Like I'm not about to just sit here and say that. And me
Well,
personally, you can
yeah, I
just
mean,
tell
they
throughout the
should
series.
outplay him. Think about it, bro. They should outplay him. I mean, they missing their second and third best dudes.
all right. Hey, let's stop this. All
But
right, look.
Fox was
Okay,
also
no.
injured as
Mark, I
well,
got you.
though.
No,
No,
Mark,
no,
there you go.
answer
But
that
listen,
question.
no,
Are they not supposed to win?
So, question: Casey Wallace or Dylan Harper?
Dylan Harper.
We got Caruso. We got who else? Who we gonna throw in there? Champagne.
No, the
Like
Spurs role players are definitely better. I'm not.
that's what we got guys
Yeah.
that they didn't make plays. We're not just gonna say they were hurt and the guys didn't make plays. The guys that were in
Yeah,
the game
the
and didn't make
Spurs
plays.
just played
You don't
better.
have to say they were hurt, buddy. They were hurt, bro. It's
I
not.
get what
You
you're
have to
saying, but it's
say
not.
they
They
were.
got to make plays. They got to make plays. These
Caruso?
guys are guys that can. Yes, when you look the roster down from Wemby and Shea, you take them, throw them away, right? And you look from the roster down. It's not that different.
You
Yes,
said
it
it's
is.
not different.
The Thunder
Nah,
only
As
nah,
far
I
as guys,
disagree with that.
dudes who can dribble, and 2 of them were out.
how many?
Am I wrong?
The
Am I
thing is,
wrong?
I think a
Bro,
lot of OKC players had to play above their standard because of like the injuries from like J Dub and
Thank
AJ.
you. People
Like
just you can't just
We
beat
Caruso,
low
them
key,
down.
we
all right,
overrated
hold on,
these
wait,
injuries.
pause. Hold on. So we're not gonna give. Actually, you know what, bro? I think I'm gonna get a little negative, just a tad bit, right? Just a tad bit. How the hell you lose a game when Caruso got 30?
shit.
Well, that
Hey,
game one,
Shay has some crazy plays towards the end. Lou Dort was also being a terrorist, and that's when I'm assuming that's when Wemby had his best game of the series. So
Yep.
I think it was a lot of things that personally happened.
But Caruso matched Wemby damn near.
Dude,
All right.
nah,
He
I'm
didn't.
not
Yeah.
doing
So
that, bro.
back to the
Yeah.
injury.
In points, he didn't match him in points.
Yeah,
Almost.
but Carlos, I agree with you. I agree
Like what
with
we
you that
talking about?
I'm not
He
trying to
didn't.
I'm not
No,
trying to
bro, I ain't gonna
overplay
lie.
these injuries.
He didn't almost match him in points.
He didn't
he
match him in
might
impact.
outscored him, bro.
What? He didn't match him in impact. Like you can have the
I'm talking
same
about
amount of points.
points. I'm talking about points. We're talking about. I didn't ask you about impact. I said points, Mark. Did he?
Didn't Wemby?
If
Didn't
Caruso,
Wemby, didn't Wemby have 40?
bro, we're not gonna sit here and act like if we walk into game one and we say Caruso had 30, we're not gonna walk like the Thunder gonna win by 50, bro. We're not
Hold
gonna
on.
sit here and act like that
Hold
wouldn't have
on.
been our thought process. If
So,
I told you Caruso had 30, you would never. There's nothing in the world that would have convinced you the Thunder would have lost. Your prized possession, Shai would have never. He never did.
If Wemby had 40, probably I would assume they probably lost. Wemby had 40, and then Dylan Harper was the best guard on the floor. He was outplaying Shai. Like I'm just trying to.
That's the point, Mark.
And that's the point I've been trying to tell you. I've been telling you Shai hasn't been playing good this entire series other than Game 7. But that's still not going to change. To me, that's not going to change. That's not going to change what I believe about Shai. Shai could have had a bad
about Shai. That's the thing. You too worried about Shai. I'm talking about the other players. Like this is about the whole. Like I'm talking like the series. Like I'm talking Thunder, Spurs, the injuries. I'm saying that don't matter because if you look at the teams that they had, I mean,
you said the injuries don't matter.
They affect the series. I'm not saying they don't matter, but they affect the series. But like, bro, that team from 2 down, not crazy different. Like I guess you got more guys. You got more guys on the Spurs that can dribble and create for themselves. But how many guys on the Thunder are actually trying to?
Well, it's not that they're trying.
Besides the minutes when Shai is not on the court, they don't dribble. Like we talking about AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell was not creating shots all year. He was not.
Yes, he was.
I disagree with that, bro.
He was.
I'm not. He
wasn't out there. He was a shot creator.
He was. Yeah, well, he was someone to alleviate pressure off of Shai. Which
how many times did the Spurs beat OKC in the regular season?
Like I'm pretty sure 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. I'm pretty sure OKC won.
4 in the regular season, then 4 in the playoff.
And we like surprised right now. Like,
yeah, me personally. I'm not surprised. I think the 2 through whatever Justin was saying, like the 2 through 8 with the injuries. I definitely think made an impact. Do I think it's as big as the impact as K is making it? No, but I definitely think of course, it's an impact. I don't think we need to like who. So, for example, Justin, who do you think the OKC Thunder's like second best player was
in this series?
In the series, you can pick a specific game. Yeah, it don't matter. Like in the series, though,
probably Caruso,
Jared McCain,
Caruso and Jared McCain versus Fox, Castle, Harper. Like to me, that's.
I mean, I just feel like these Thunder guys underperformed because
which they did. I agree.
I just feel like if we're looking at it from a hindsight view, I think if you go into the series and we talking about if we looking at the team as a whole with all the role players and the guys you just said like Caruso, Dylan Harper, like we're not putting them on that same. I don't think this is as big of a difference as it would have been coming into the series. Like I don't think Dylan Harper was given the love that he's gotten over the course of the series because he showed up. I mean,
well, me and you, me and you been on Harper.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not talking about that.
I see what you're saying, and I agree. The Thunder players underperform.
A hindsight thing, like if they like besides what I was saying about Shai, like I do think that with Caruso scoring 30, you got to win that game. That's
you absolutely have to win that game.
And it's not Wemby had 40. It ain't like he had 60. So, but outside of that,
bro. That's great
for real, bro. But outside of that, I mean, it's not like
didn't he have like 40, 20, and like 5 blocks?
Crazy.
But yeah, regardless, I think. I agree with you. OKC did underperform, but I think there's a reason why they underperform. I don't think they just went out there and said, "Hey, we're gonna underperform today." It's everyone had to step up to another level. Jared McCain had to be a secondary like ball handler, which that's just to me that's not his role. He was forced to do that because of injuries. Caruso had to be the third scoring option. Chet, where was Chet? I agree with you. All of these dudes underperform, but there's a reason to why they underperform. People don't just go out there and underperform and just be like, "Oh, okay, we underperform." There's a reason.
I mean, of course.
And I think the reason is players had to step up to something that they weren't accustomed to.
But it was a lot of open shots that got missed too. Like
these guys, these guys aren't snipers. I don't.
Yeah, they aren't Shem Penny and Vassell. They're not those guys.
I mean, Lou Dort going 2 for 12. That's terrible.
But that's always been Lou Dort, though.
But I mean, it just seems
Lou Dort being a bad shooter in the playoffs that's always been him.
It seems like he gets to hit him when he's in front or something like that.
When he's front running, you talking about Lou Dort as a front runner? No, I just don't think it's as examined. Wow, Lou Dort averaged 17 points a game in a season. That's crazy. No, I just think first off, players weren't hitting their shots. To your point, and to your point again, players underperformed, but the reason they underperformed is because they had to step up to a higher level. Can we not agree on that?
But
Yeah, it's
I don't
no
think it's necessarily
J-Dub. Even an
it's a
all
lot of
NBA
players that
player.
like if we're going levels, right? It's some players that didn't change. You know what I mean? Like everybody can't step up to be number 2. Some people did exactly what they were going to do regardless. Is what I'm
So you do you think
do you
Jared
think
McCain? No, it's a crazy echo. But do you think Jared McCain had to step up into a bigger role
Jared
this
McCain,
series?
yes, he did.
Okay. Do you think
Payson Wallace did not. Caruso did.
Caruso did? Do you think Jalen Williams had to step up into a bigger role? Not the injured one. I'm talking about the.
No, he got more minutes, but no,
I think he had
he did
to
the same thing
step.
he did with more. I think he's an underrated player on that team. I think he should get more minutes in general, injury or not.
Completely agree. I just
I
like
think he should
like
play
his
injury or not.
intensity. I love the
Yeah, he
way
plays
Jalen
hard.
Williams
He
play.
shoots the ball. I don't see what's wrong with him being on the court. He plays hard. He shoots the ball. I mean,
Yeah, I don't understand why he didn't run like J Will and iHeart lineups personally, because it's like J Dub's J Will is comfortable shooting the ball. Like I don't see why it's a problem with running them two. But
I mean,
anyway, I just think a lot of people underperform. Even on the Spurs side, a lot of people underperform because you're going up against you're going up
yeah,
against great
I think
teams.
people also over I don't know exaggerate how playoff people drop in the playoffs. Like obviously, big drops are scary or whatever. Like Shai dropped what 7 points or so. I
Yeah,
don't know what it
7
is after this
points.
game,
Yeah,
but
seven
up to
points from
game
the
6.
regular. Yeah.
But like that's like that's a big drop. But for the most part, like people gonna drop in the playoffs. I mean, there are guys that rise up for different reasons, but for the most part, you go. I mean, it's a tougher game. It's more physical. All that goes on. But I'm just I don't know. I think this showed a lot about the Thunder as an like team organization. Like I don't think this is necessarily a Shea issue. Like I said,
Yeah, it's a
I
flawed
love
team.
Shea. I think I was a Shea fan before he was going 30. I was on
I
him
was
early.
Kentucky. I was Kentucky.
I was on Shea early, so I'm not sitting here acting like I don't like him. I'm not a fan. Don't
Mhm.
I'm not doing that. But I just think that I don't know, like that leadership thing I was talking about. I don't know how I don't know him. I don't talk to him. I'm not in the locker room, of course, but like I don't know if he is the type of person that'll lead that team after something like this. When everything's going good, it's cool, right? Everything's cool.
After
But like
something like
I
what?
think you said what?
Macy
Like
said he not
I'm
gonna
assuming
leave
he's talking
Losing
about
in the
after
Mace.
conference
something like
finals.
what?
Just
Huh?
losing in the conference finals. Just lose team
Without
adversity.
J-Dub? I mean, bro, like I don't think he'll put too much stock
Adversity is adversity,
into
bro. They
J-Dub.
lost.
How's
They
it
lost.
adversity?
They
He
lost.
got
They
hurt.
gonna have to.
That's a
Yeah,
bro.
but
Bro, the
okay.
adversity is losing. Losing is the adversity, bro. You think he's
So
going the losing and then Chet that's a big question mark. You
yeah,
don't think
but
people
the
are
thing
talking
is,
about Chet right now as what they're gonna do with him?
I don't think that it's just like almost impossible for them to like come back from this. But to your point, Justin, I personally think it would have been negativity on either side, whoever won. If OKC won, we would have been putting De'Aaron Fox name through the mud, Vassell name through the mud. Like it's like we would have been doing this on both sides. And I would, and I'm not saying like you would have done this, but I would have loved to see the conversation if the Spurs had lost this game. Like, what were they gonna say about Wemby's not this, Wemby's not that? Like they
It's
can have these
it's
same performances.
And I think Wemby
Like
still has lots of room to grow, don't get me wrong. And I think that's what's so
definitely.
crazy about that team is like Dylan Harper can get way better. Stephon Castle, if he learns how to shoot the ball,
How
Wemby.
many times have we said that though?
We have, but he's gotten better this year. Like he's shown the improvement.
got a little mitty.
Yeah,
He shot a three
he's
ball
a
at a
good.
pretty high clip compared to like a Min Thompson, who we've said that for. Like I think
Yeah,
he's
I
shown
like
more
Castle
progress and
personally.
growth towards a shooter than all the other guys we've said this for. And he's a dominant ball handler. That's the only thing he's missing really. I think that will take them like that'll make that big three possibly very very dangerous. But I don't know. Or I feel like I just don't. I'm like even Dagnall. Like, do I trust him at this point? I just don't. I guess I'm maybe overreacting to the loss. You could say. I
You
just don't know
definitely
if I
are.
trust. I don't know if I can trust OKC to come back. I just don't. I
Yeah,
I don't doubt
yeah,
Shea. I think Shea gonna come back and be an MVP candidate. I think even Chet is going if he stays there, gonna be all NBA, all defense probably. I think Jalen Williams has a chance to be that too. I just don't see it working as far as the chemistry, the camaraderie. I think I don't know how safe that is, I guess is what I'm saying.
yeah.
and I think
I
that
don't.
matters for them.
It definitely does matter. I
I
just
think
don't
that's crazy.
see. I don't see how this specific game slash series has like
But it wasn't
kind of
just that. Remember I said I called out in I don't remember the exact interview, but it was an interview where Shai told somebody to like shut up or not to shut. No, he told him to shut up last year. It was something else. It was something like
chill. Yeah, like chill out. Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
know
was
what you
like,
mean.
dang, that
Yeah,
was low key. Like not even low key. That was disrespectful. Like that was kind of crazy
I'm pretty
on
sure
national
that wasn't it
television.
when they were like pouring water on him or something.
Nah, it
Or am
wasn't
I
even that. It
trolling?
wasn't the dude wasn't even like it wasn't even nothing crazy. Like when they because it was Poku. He called Poku bored or something like that when he poured water on his
Are you
chest.
talking about Poku?
No,
The
no, no, no,
Poku
no, no,
clip?
no.
Are you just
I'm
saying in
talking.
general?
I can't think of the clip right now, but I
Yeah,
just know something happened where I was like, "Dang, Shay, I ain't like I knew y'all played around, but like that seemed a little, a little too."
yeah, that seemed like his personality though.
But
But
yeah, and I'm not, and I just, and that's another thing. How today's NBA is not gonna go for the Kobe aesthetic, right? The I'm the best
yeah,
player.
they're
I
not
do
doing
what I
that.
want to, y'all. So I think that's where SGA is kind of teetering toward. I think he's more likable than Kobe, but I think he's kind of in that realm of like, I'm the guy, y'all got to come with it, and which is obviously you got to believe to be the guy, you have to believe you're the guy, right? You have to act like you're the guy to some capacity. But I just don't know how likable and how followable how I guess likable he is as a leader
Yeah,
and
okay.
how easy he is to follow when things aren't going well.
Well, I will say,
Because you can't
I
tell
think
me
this.
that
I'll go ahead.
no, well, real quick, I'm not blaming it on him. Well, obviously we saw the game. We saw he can't control the man. But I just find it very hard to believe that your second best player in the game supposed to be only takes 2 shots in a game 7, and this is like you know what I'm saying? Like even if Chet would have came out there and thrown up something crazy going to the goal off of just straight anger and emotion, I would have liked to see that, sparked up a little bit somewhere. And not even this isn't just on SJ from Dagnall, from anybody. Just, maybe they tried to, and Chet just wasn't. I don't know, but I just find it hard to believe that Chet can go out there and score 2 points and there not be or go out there and shoot what she shot 4 balls at 2. I don't know, whatever he did, lackluster,
Ooh.
and there
Mm.
not be like an underlying issue. Not like it's a big deal, but like I think there's at least a divide.
Okay, so Justin, my only point, and then we can probably like just wrap this up. The only reason I think that what you're saying may just be like a slight overreaction is because
Mhm.
do you believe that this has been a problem for a while, or do you think this problem has just now occurred? If
I
you
think it's
think this
been
problem,
I
hold
think it's
on,
been kinda
yeah,
my fault. Go ahead.
no, but
I thought you were
you
done.
said yes, right?
I mean, I just personally thought nobody could beat OKC. I didn't think the Spurs would come together like they have, and I didn't think OKC was beatable.
But
Ooh.
to my question, do you think like the leadership problem has been a problem for a while?
Not like a while, but I think towards this season, it started to become a thing.
Okay, so I just this is why I think it's a slight overreaction. I feel like if they won this game or just won this series, I don't think like that would have been brought up. If it's to me, if that's like a big problem, this would have been brought up like beforehand. But since they lost, it's like okay, let's try to like throw darts at the wall to why this may be a
Yeah, I feel
problem.
you, and I mean, I probably wouldn't have brought it up. At least I think I would have brought it up maybe free agency when they started talking about moving. Like, say they won the championship, right? Maybe
Mm,
when they talk about moving players and how contracts and all that stuff works in the offseason, maybe I would have brought it up then. But I think it definitely has something to do with them losing. I think I had to talk about why they lost or whatever. I think that's
yeah.
part of my reasoning as to why they lost. I think you have to have a camaraderie and like Carlos mentioned, like they played a lot of games without J Dub, and I know AJ Mitchell got hurt too or whatever. But
Or whatever is
they
crazy.
they they I feel like that team. Okay, Mark, you tell me this right. Last year, I don't know specifically, but I feel like they had a lot of people that stepped up, made plays when you didn't think they would or whatever.
You talking about OKC
Yeah,
specifically?
OKC, just as on
Yeah.
that on that run through the playoffs.
It was Caruso stepping up sometimes, but it was mainly Chet was actually having like a good playoff run too. It was just
Yeah,
the big three for real.
but you don't
Big
think
three
like
and some other
those other guys
guys.
hit like timely shots and this and
I
that.
I don't think it was like some extraordinary thing is what I'm
No,
saying. I
no,
think it
no.
was kind of like a natural thing. Like players in the playoffs are just going to hit shots. But they also had their times where they were missing as well. This is like last year is when Lou Dort really had like the magnifying glass on him because he could not hit a shot. Caruso was kind of the same way. Caruso this series has like really changed like what we thought about Caruso. Caruso last year, people like I'm pretty sure even though I know he's more of a playoff player, he wasn't even getting like that many minutes like during this like regular season for real. Because like, I'm assuming Dagnall was trying to like try different lineups and stuff, but Caruso didn't play that
Was he
much.
hurt? I want to say he was hurt a good bit. I want to say
He may have been hurt, but the narrative around like certain players changed. But to your point, it was mainly like the top three, and then of course you had like your role players like sprinkle in some good games as well. But they were just better than everybody. That's why they didn't play a team that was similar to them, which they
yeah.
played in
I
the
And the
think
first
Spurs.
time they
and I think
did, I
that was what
mean,
I was
they
saying
got hurt.
about this year, and I think I was saying that about them this year. Like even without J-Dub, I was like they dominating the whole season. Like I don't think they're gonna like. I genuinely did not see the Spurs playing this well this year. I was a big Dylan Harper guy. I like Wemby. I think Wemby's gonna be great. Excuse me. I think they could. I was saying this beginning of the season. I think they could have moved Fox for but this was more of a like a developmental thing. I'm thinking like move Fox and you just let Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle just kind of grow as players. But it seems like now, I mean,
They need me personally. I think they need Fox. I think Fox is the person that takes all the blame. Like I'm gonna take everything because the crazy thing, Castle was playing some really bad basketball in that first. Well, whenever Fox wasn't available, because he was turning the ball over left and right. Once
he had what
Fox
20
came back,
through 2 games.
yeah, he had 20 in 2 games. Like that's to me, I think that's insane. Once Fox came back, I think Castle for sure became like their second best player.
Hmm.
He was able to extremely lock in on Shai, and he wasn't turning the ball over. So
Hmm.
me personally, I don't know if you just outright just trade Fox because he had a bad series because he's like rushing back from an injury, which was a
I mean,
high ankle sprain. Like,
and the trade wouldn't be nothing just to get off of Fox. Don't get me wrong, because with Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and Wemby all being on rookie contracts. Well, I guess Wemby's kicks in what next year? His
yeah,
extension.
He ain't even got one
next
yet.
year, 2023. Yeah.
But I mean, I think they can keep Fox. You know, he's not the money's not going to be an issue too soon. I guess. And I wouldn't trade him for anything. I mean, it'd have to be like something that, I really would be able to use. I think it's probably gonna end up having to be a 3-team trade if they want that. Or because I mean, at first I was thinking about like somebody that'll take them off of him would be like the Pelicans for Zion. But I mean, I don't think like that's not like this was all I haven't really given it much thought for like championship contending Spurs. I've been really thinking when I thought about this, I've been thinking like developmental, like let Castle and Harper grow over the next couple of years, next year or two or whatever, and then we'll be ready to go. But it
Mm.
seems like they're ready to go. I mean, I'm not going to give them, they got to play into the series, but it seems like at least next year, I feel like they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, me personally, I don't that's why I don't like just scoff at the regular season. I take like some of the things serious. Like there's no way you beat a team 3 out of 4 or
Hmm.
what Carlos was saying, 4 out of 4 times and
I
it's
can
just
say
like
4 out of
and it's
5. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, one of those. There's no way you walk out of that and say, "Oh, that's just like not real." Me personally, I always thought like coming into the playoffs, I thought OKC was gonna win, but I definitely thought the Spurs was gonna be the biggest trouble for sure. I didn't expect. I'm not trying to make any excuses. I didn't expect J Dub or AJ to be out, but
That's
they
not an
still
excuse, bro. That's just
they
a
they
fact, bro. It's not
it
an
is a
excuse.
fact, but
That's just how it is.
they
I
just
mean,
played bad, bro.
you never
Like
got to see it, bro. That's how I look at it. I just never got to see it. I mean, the best team they played, the best team OKC faced in their run, I mean, they got hurt. I mean, so, I mean, I don't really put too much stock into it outside of Chet. That's really all I put stock into. Like, because Wemby ain't going nowhere. You going to be scared of this man for your whole career, bro? Because you in the same conference. So it's just, man, you know,
yeah,
in my book, I just feel like I never got to see it. So I'm not all high on the Spurs for being an injured team. I mean, you guys can, give them all that praise, but to me, they just you beat a team out their second best player. Like, the OKC only had how many people who can dribble the ball, bro? They probably only had 3, and 2 of them hurt. So it's just bad luck, bro. That's sports, though. I mean, I done seen my friends have
I
injury
agree.
rings, so it just is what it is.
I think it's a mixture of bad luck and also just guys not performing. Like me personally, I understand if got from OKC guys 3 through 15 don't perform, but Chet doing what I think that's like the bigger issue. It's like Chet doing what he's doing. To me, that's what I'm scared of. If what Justin was saying, like him being like afraid of something happening. I think that's the scariest part to me is like, will Chet take this and become a better player, or will he become like one of those guys that's I'm not gonna say like Ben Simmons like esque, but one of those guys that doesn't take the criticism very well, and his career starts to slowly like hit a decline. But that's the scariest part to me.
Yeah.
Chet
Next
absolutely has to
contract.
play better, bro.
Yeah.
I
And,
think, I mean,
and it just kicked in too.
a
Lord.
lot of
Yeah, it's
kids,
just
bro, I
about to
think
kick.
these days are gonna have a lot of trouble because they've been told what they want to hear for their whole life, pretty much. Especially somebody like Chet, I'm sure he's been tall, big man. Like he's probably been pretty good at basketball his whole life. So everything. I mean, he went to prep schools, private schools, played. I'm sure he's been catered to a lot, right? And I'm
Yeah.
sure this gonna be like the first time they really looked at him and like, besides he was getting like the too thin slander or whatever when he came into the league or whatever. But like that's he's probably hearing that forever. This is probably the first time somebody gonna tell him like, hey, as a basketball player, that was not it. What you did this series was not it. Like that was terrible. I think he's gonna have, like you said, Mark. He's either going. I think he can either go up or down. I think he's gonna be the same player. I think he's gonna get better or get
I
worse. I think
agree.
it's gonna
I
be
think it literally has to just there's
there's
no
gonna be a
way you
change.
can be the same. There's
Yeah,
no way you can be the same after
I
this.
think that's just human nature.
Yeah, I
And
think
based off of the clip we watched earlier, I don't unless he's just that. I mean, it's fresh and he has to process whatever. That didn't look like nobody that was gonna be coming back better next year.
yeah, I'm not really gonna take the interview that we seen like too serious because that I literally just came off of like probably the craziest game of my life and I played bad. I'm
You
not
know
about to
that
be the
the
most
thing is, that
I
was not the crazy game of his life. He just had a game 7 in the finals. He wasn't scared
he did.
that I remember.
Well, it's because you
Like,
probably
he
playing
like, when
somebody.
he missed those 2 free throws, bro, and they showed his face, like, you can just see it in his eyes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take like too much stock into it, but I think that's like that's their main concern is what is Chet going to be and how am I gonna like make like slight improvements around the roster to make sure if injuries occur again that I'm not heavily relying on Shai to create every single basket that we have. Like I don't know what you do with this iHeart team option that you have for like 30
You
million.
decline that.
Look,
You just can't afford that.
yeah, the thing is, I'm not even saying he's not like on the market. I wouldn't be surprised if like Brooklyn or the Clippers throw like a nasty contract at him.
Yeah, if he
But
want to get paid, he can.
yeah,
If he want to
that's
get
what I'm
paid, he
saying.
will.
It would be a nasty contract. And then the crazy thing is you gotta put I think this is like a crazy part. You gotta pay Case and Wallace too, bro. Like you
Yeah.
gonna have to start paying you gotta start paying a lot of players and you also cannot take in too many you have to trade these draft picks too because you have too many roster spots.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna start wasting talent. Like I'm not saying like these guys are crazy, but these still are first round picks. Thomas Sober, Nikola Topic, you're probably gonna have to start either releasing these guys or trading them. And it's
I mean,
like,
to be fair, Topic had his
yeah,
he had
Topic had a
cancer,
crazy, yeah,
so
that was crazy. But you're gonna just have to start like, for example, like
and
question. Do y'all think
gone.
Kenrich Williams and Aaron Wiggins they would play on like other teams? Do y'all think that? Or do y'all
Probably at
just
least Aaron Wiggins. I'm not a big Terrence Williams fan because of his haircut, but that's about it.
that's crazy.
Is
But
it?
yeah, I I think I just don't know if you can continue to like just throw players on the bench and then, oh my goodness, we're hurt. Let me try to bring these
Yeah,
players back to life. I think that's just that's terrible brand of basketball to me personally. Like you gonna sit me down for the entire season. And then once people get hurt, you gonna try to like run me on the floor in a war. Like that's
yeah,
to me
and I
that's
think
crazy.
that's kind of the problem I'm talking about with Dagnall. Like you got, I mean they said it like they were saying about McCain in the beginning of this playoffs. You got to stay down. You got to wait your turn. And when your turn comes, you got to be ready. That sounds perfect, bro. But until you put them out there and you throw them that ball in the corner when they getting helped off of and they got to hit a shot and the Spurs on the 8-0 run they got to hit the shot to stop the bleeding. They're shaking in their boots. This is like they used to sit over there watching Shea and over there making memes and stuff. These are guys that's making TikToks and in the back of interviews like they're not really I think that's part of what I was saying, like, they're not really like a championship, like, DNA, they won a championship, but it seems like, to me, on previous championship teams, it's not all of them, of course, 'cause, like, in situations where injuries don't happen, you don't see the, 9th, 10th, 11th guy get good minutes, but it just seems like,
It's
as a team, they'd be more ready and capable, but that comes over the course of the regular season, getting guys in, getting minutes, showing what they can do or whatever. And OKC didn't really do that too often.
Yeah, I believe that OKC went deep into like their rotation during the regular season, but it's like those games weren't nearly as important. Like those Spurs games that they were playing in the regular season, you did not see Kenrich Williams, you did not see Aaron Wiggins. So it's
Yeah.
like you can't, to me, you can't just like throw players out there on the floor. If I know J Dub and AJ hurt, I'm running a solid 8-man lineup, and these dudes are gonna have to play 30, 40 plus minutes. I'm not about to try to just throw somebody at the wall and say, "Hey, can you work for me?" That's, to me, I think that's crazy. But again, to OKC, and this is why I think they're gonna be relevant for a long time, unlike the Boston championship team or the Denver championship team, is because they have so many assets. So it's like we can trade Kenrich Williams and Aaron Wiggins and a couple picks, and we can get like a solidified guy that we know isn't going to A, either get hurt, or B, be productive when we need like playoff production. So me personally, I don't see the problem with OKC because at any moment or at any time they can get whoever they possibly want. So it's like, I don't.
I do. I like that point, Mark. I agree with it. I just think they need to. I think it'll be like a big splash type of thing, maybe.
You
I
think
just
so?
don't know. Like I just don't know. Like I guess I don't like this team coming back next year.
I
You
kind of
don't
like
like
it
what
personally.
team?
I
From
don't.
no
Don't
no no
get
no
it.
no wait from 7, 6, 7 down. I like
Let-
obviously their starters are cool. Like we want SGA obviously.
yeah, Shai,
Dub, Chet.
Chet, iHeart.
He
We gonna
gone.
we count them. I was gonna say he was gone.
Okay, so let's count the players that we know are returning next season. Shai, J Dub, Chet,
AJ
Kaysen. I
Mitchell.
think Kaysen.
Kaysen,
Yeah, I think Kaysen's staying. AJ, that's
AJ
5.
Mitchell.
Who I don't think Daughter's returning. Isaiah Joe, I don't know what type of
Okay, but let's stop at
option
that
he's
5,
on.
right?
Yeah.
From Toledo's 5 up there. From that down
Are you
is
gonna add Caruso in there?
Yeah, I don't
tripping.
think
Yeah,
he a
keep
free
Caruso.
agent. So yeah.
Keep
6.
Caruso.
That
Regardless,
that's
they got to
6.
keep him.
But yeah, to your point, you were like the
Actually,
7.
Caruso signed until like 20. He signed for a minute, I think, ain't he?
Yeah. Yeah, but to your point, you said the 7 through other people are hey, let's throw Jay Will up in there. Let's throw Jay Will up in there. I'm a big fan of Jay Will personally.
He did
But
get better.
Yeah, I like Jay
so
Will.
that's
I
7
like Jay Will.
guys. I think if you can get a little better around the edges, me personally, I think one of the most important things for them is they need a forward. They do not have like a
Yeah,
consistent forward. They're running Caruso, sometimes Case and Wallace at the small forward, and it's like you need like a big body forward. Other than Chet, iHeart, and Jay Will, everyone else is like 6'6" and below, 6'5" and below. So it's like I
I
think
mean,
you do need
yeah, but think about that though. I mean, that's not bad. If you go, because who was their starting 5 when everybody was healthy?
everyone was
I know they
healthy with
switched it a little bit, but
Dort, J Dub, Chet, and iHeart, which is
yeah,
it's big. Yeah,
J
that's
Dub at the
big.
3, that's smooth.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like he's low key these 2 playoff runs. He's had the
Injury
injury
prone,
bug, so
and his
it's kind of hard
hamstring.
to rely on. Yeah, but I would
Hamstring
just
is
like to
bad.
I would like to see them get like a consistent forward. If they can do that, then I think they'll be right back here doing the same thing. But
Yeah, they got to
hey,
make a
again,
move. Everything that I said was contingent on them coming back with the same team, obviously.
yeah, I think Dort is definitely done after this. I think I hope iHeart is a real one and said, hey, y'all gave me some great money at the front end, so I'll take less like on the back end. But I wouldn't. I don't know how much you can trust with that. But I don't think it would be hard at all for OKC to say, hey, we have Kenrich Williams, Nikola Topic, a first-round pick that we didn't use last year, and Thomas Sober, and we can throw like 2 or 3 draft picks, get Trey Murphy or something. I don't think that would be hard at all. So I don't really have a problem with it. I just think for OKC to be the dominant force of an era, Chet has to be better. Like there's no way you take 2 shots and have 4 points in a game 7. Like you just have to be better. I think that's just what it comes down to, bro.
I mean, I obviously Chassis better. I mean, I think I honestly didn't want to get on here and harp on him because I knew everybody else had their things to say about him. But yeah, that was terrible. I ain't gonna lie. Also, so I just feel like I guess to
just a
go into
bad day
the
for
finals, right?
basketball.
Since I never really gave my guess on that.
Mhm.
I got the Spurs in 5, 6, maybe. Where's game? It
Yeah.
depends on where the series starts. I don't know off the top of my head
It
right
it
now.
start it starts at San Antonio.
Okay, so yeah, give me Spurs in 5. Yeah, I just don't think the Knicks can match up well. I think they gonna have a hard time hiding Brunson on defense. They gonna have a hard time hiding Deuce McBride when he gets in there. Even Alvarado, I think he's gonna get squared on his pest stuff. I don't think that's really gonna work the best on these bigger guards. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
eat a lot of shoulder, like a lot of all this deltoid.
Like,
He gonna eat a lot. He gonna eat a lot of deltoid.
come on, bro.
I just don't really like. I mean, Jalen Brunson gonna have his games, of course. I think he probably have a 40-point game or something, maybe.
Think so. I think they gonna lock him down, bro.
I mean, I don't. I
I'm
just
in it,
think
bro.
he'll get
I'm
to the
not
bucket a
even.
little more unless they gonna have
If Shea
somebody
couldn't
else
get to the bucket,
out there
how
on Cat.
if Shea couldn't get to the bucket, how you think Brunson gonna get there?
They don't have to stretch Wemby out.
Well, yeah, I do agree. They do have Cat. They can truly go 5 out, but I think Wemby
Because
is gonna just. I think Wemby's just
who's the
gonna
Spurs?
guard
Who's their next big
Cornette,
after Cornette? I'm saying.
Bismack Biyombo.
And Mason Plumlee. Okay, so I was gonna suggest to the Spurs, they could try running a lineup with Cornette and Wemby out there a
I
lot,
just don't. What's the point?
to
What's the
give
point in that?
just to give Cornette can stay on Towns.
Why
But you
can't? Why,
probably I was about
why
to say you
can't?
probably could throw Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes, even Champagnie.
Yes, I just put Champagnie on Cat and then let Wemby roam off of Hart. Like I think
Yeah.
that's easy.
Or
Like that.
Carter
That's
Bryant even. Shit. That
Carter
was wild.
Bryant. I don't know if he's ready yet, but I definitely think I got Spurs in 5 or 6. I just if the Knicks somehow pull it off, man, hey bro, I'll put my hands up and I'll stop
Me.
analyzing basketball. But
It's no way Adam
it's just
Silver
no.
did all that just for them to lose the finals, bro. It's just not gonna happen.
But okay, think about it. And I'm not even trying to like take anything away from the Knicks. I don't want to do this, but first round they played Atlanta. They had some troubles, and then once they figured Atlanta out, Atlanta was cooked. You play a unhealthy Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, who are the perimeter defenders guarding Brunson on that team? Kelly Oubre and Paul George sometimes, and then you go against the Cavs where you was getting guarded by James Harden. You having to see Castle, Vassell, Harper, and Wemby as the back line, I don't think that Brunson is gonna have a nasty series. And if he's able to win this, we're gonna have some real conversations about Brunson because there's genuinely no way that this is literally David versus Goliath, bro. Like I don't see how they win. I just don't. Go Knicks though,
I
man.
would
Ain't that right,
I
Kay?
wouldn't necessarily say David and Goliath, bro, but I just
Well, I'm just talking
Man,
about Brunson and Wemby. That
we might
that
well
that's
I
hand
think
them.
it's
We
gonna
might
be a
well hand
good
them the trophy
games.
now, bro.
I think it's gonna be a good series as far as the individual games. There's gonna be moments in each game. I think obviously New York is gonna be on fire for game 3 and 4. So I mean it's gonna be hard for the Spurs to get that one that they have to win in 5. But I just
What real defense did the Knicks go against though? I think the Knicks went up against like
The Hawks are
some of the
probably the
worst
best
defensive.
defense.
Yeah, the Hawks, but they also don't have a real
I was about
big.
to say they don't have no rim protector.
That's what
So
I'm
it's
saying,
like,
bro. You preaching to the choir, bro.
I was there. I was at the Knicks the Knicks game 1 of the Knicks win streak. I was live in the flesh at the game. And when I tell you they were walking to the goal, like it was
yeah,
because
like
it was back there on
Dyson,
Onyeka Okongwu. Like
yeah, double O, and I'm forgetting the other center's name, but Dyson Daniels, great perimeter defender, but like at the end of the day, he can't stop people from just like not going to the paint. He can
yeah,
only
people
guard one guy.
it's people are too good.
Yeah, so
Even
like,
even individually, people there's gonna be nobody that's gonna stop somebody in today's
yeah.
game.
So like you bring Atlanta into the fold, like they don't have any rim protection. Embiid, we know how he is defensively. He's cooked defensively, and then you're having like one-on-one isolations with Maxi and VJ, which is low key eats, and then you were being guarded by James Harden, Dean Wade, and Donovan Mitchell as your POA, like your point of attack defenders. Like
Mhm.
I'm not. The Knicks, of course, you're supposed to dominate your competition. But now you going up against guys that's a Castle is probably going to be the best defender they've seen throughout this postseason, and then you have Wemby, who's the depoy. So it's like I don't know how the Knicks win. The only way the Knicks win, God forbid, someone on the Spurs get hurt. If Wemby get hurt, Castle get hurt. Even if Castle get hurt, I still think they win. But if someone get hurt, I think it's fair game then. But and then ain't Mitchell Robinson out too?
I think he's gonna try to play, possibly.
Through the finger? I'm pretty sure
I don't know.
because I'm pretty sure they said like he doesn't have like a timeline of his return. So it's like he's probably
Dang.
definitely gonna be out for game
He
like the
had
first
surgery.
couple of games.
I'm pretty sure I seen he said he gonna try to play, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying I think he's live from game 1.
Yeah, it's a broken pinky finger, so he might be straight.
They say it was non-basketball related.
Yeah, it says it says he plans to play, but
I don't know what you be doing to break your pinky as a regular human being.
I don't know either. But if he does play, I definitely think that adds like some rim protection for them. But at the same time, Mitchell Robinson is also an offensive liability. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs, even though the Spurs do foul often, I wouldn't be surprised if they just go to the hack a Mitch and just like go from there and he's out the game. So I don't think he'll be that much of a factor. But yeah, dang, bro, Wemby is really about to win his first championship, bro. They're about to take him to the moon, bro.
Yeah, bro got to face the Knicks in his finals, bro. Sports can be so cruel sometimes, man.
Yeah, me personally, and I think this is probably like a conversation we can have like later on, like during like the deep off season. But this is why I'm not really like that big of a fan of like West versus East format because it's like obvious teams that are better than others, and we could be proven wrong. If the Knicks win, I'm wrong. But to me, I think this Spurs OKC series should have been like the
It was
finals.
basically the
Like,
final. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I think even to that point, Mark, I think even if they do win, you can kind of accredit it to the fact that they walked through the East.
yeah, and they played a beaten up Spurs team that went to a game 7. Yeah, I see that. And I'm pretty sure then every team the Knicks played, their team went to like a game 7. So then the Sixers go to game 7 with the Celtics, Cavs went to game 7 with Detroit, and the Spurs went to game 7 with OKC. So it's like y'all getting some beaten up teams too. I'm not saying the run is fake, but it's like
Yeah, I
you
mean, you
going
got to
up
play who's in
against a
front of
real
you.
defense. Yeah, you going up against a real defense now. So if y'all able to still get that off, kudos to y'all, bro. And I'm gonna be celebrating if y'all do. But I
I
just
think
find it highly unlikely.
I think something that's going to happen for the Knicks to win is Josh Hart shooting. Probably going to hit
Yeah.
like 2 threes a game if they
Yeah,
win.
2
or
2
3.
or more, bro. Like he's gonna have to be sniping, and then Landry Shamet, I don't think he's gonna be able to. Even though he was sniping against the Cavs, he's gonna be a defensive liability. Like
Yeah, like,
Castle,
bro,
Harper, Fox, they attacking that.
I don't even know how the Cavs got that far with Dean Wade and Max Strus as y'all point of attack defenders.
And the thing is, we don't have not we. They don't have nothing better. Dennis Schroeder is probably the best like POA, but he can't play. So it's like, and you asking James Harden to guard your best player at 37 is utterly ridiculous, bro. That's why
He wasn't guarding at 27.
exactly he wasn't guarding in his prime. Like, what you think he gonna do now? So it's like, hey, congratulations to the Knicks, congratulations to the Spurs. Hopefully, this is a competitive series, but I definitely think the Spurs win it in 5 or 6. And if it gets ugly in them first 2 to 3 games, I'm not surprised if it's a sweep personally. But I'm gonna give the Knicks something. I'm not going.
I think the big bodega might lay down, bro.
You talking about Cat? Or that's crazy. Nah, I think Cat is actually a decent matchup for Wemby because he can like stretch the floor. But it's like
No, I think he should be.
you just don't think he's gonna perform. Which they've been playing differently with him. It's like they've low key been doing like this point center with him. That's why he's averaging like so many more assists than he has previously. But I'm not Spurs in 5. I think that we can conclude there, bro. Wemby really about to win his first win. Congratulations, man.
Peace.
Congratulations, man.
At least I